What's going on, everybody? So it's been a little bit of a while since I last made a video, and the reason is because I moved. I made the decision to move actually from up north down south to Florida. And I wanted to share with you guys today a little something I've learned about homesickness. Before I get into our little discussion on homesickness, I'm gonna put a link down below and actually in an annotation here. It's to a TED Talk, and it's a TED Talk made by an emotional historian who pretty much goes over the history of homesickness and how perspectives on homesickness have changed and how the feeling of homesickness has perpetuated throughout history. Now in this TED Talk, the emotional historian Susan Matt cites an example in which the individual had moved from Minneapolis to New York, which is a little bit of a move, and she was feeling a little bit homesick. She went to go get herself a manicure, and when she was there, the manicurist, who was of Korean descent, who had also moved a great distance to where she was, asked her how she was doing. And the person said pretty bluntly, "I'm feeling a little bit homesick." And the manicurist's response was, "Well, don't be a big baby about it." And that's pretty much the modern outlook on feeling homesick. That if you move a great distance, or even if you move a little bit of a distance and you're feeling homesick, you don't talk about it. You don't recognize the fact that you're feeling homesick. Even if you do, you suppress it and you move on with your life. Because if you feel homesick, or if you at least verbalize that you're feeling homesick, you're a baby. You are not really strong-willed. You're a bit weak. And that's completely not true. You see, the truth is everyone experiences homesickness. Even the people who founded America probably felt a little bit homesick. It's a natural thing. It happens to everyone. It's okay to feel homesick. I've been living down here in the Florida area for probably about a week now, and I gotta admit, the first couple of days were very, very lonely, a little bit sad, and I felt very homesick. I'm doing pretty good right now, actually. I think I've adjusted and become comfortable. I think I'll be a little bit more comfortable when my living room furniture actually gets here. But for the most part, I'm feeling pretty good. But for those first couple of days, I was feeling homesick. And there's a couple of tips that I learned that I really want to share with you guys. Maybe if you're feeling homesick, or maybe if you're planning a little bit of a move, or even a big move, that you know, you might at some point feel homesick. And hopefully you can use these tips and remember these things. So, without further ado, let's just run through some of them. The first thing I would say is to be open about it. Communicate with your friends, your family. As a matter of fact, when you move, you develop this kind of different relationship with your parents. Your parents stop being some sort of authority figure, and they become more of a friend. They become more of a confidant. They're there for you just to talk. It's very, very comforting chatting with them. I talk to my mom and my dad and actually my sister and my brother more than I do when I'm at home. Because it's a good feeling, you know, and the good thing is that they can all relate because they've all felt homesick. They've all gone through a transition like this before. And so that is comforting too, to know that people have, in my life, gone through this before. And they're sharing those experiences with me. That's a great feeling. In the first couple of days that I was down here, my mom gave me a call and she asked how I was doing. And I blatantly told her I'm feeling a little bit homesick. And the act of even telling her that I'm feeling homesick opened up a dialogue, and it actually made me feel a lot better. The second thing I would say is when you move to your new location, whether it be a house or an apartment, make that place a home. The third thing I would say is get out, do something, be active. If you live in an apartment community where there's a gym, do that, go to the gym. If you're in an interesting new area with a lot of sightseeing, do that. That'll help you get accustomed to where you are. And that leads me to the fourth thing. Do something that makes you happy. If you're a painter, paint. If you're a writer, write down your feelings, you know? I love video games. It's a great way to relax. It's a great way to have fun. I actually was lucky enough to go to a GameStop where they had PlayStation 4s. I brought my PlayStation 3 there, I traded it in, didn't pay that much money for the PlayStation 4 and brought it home, and it's something that it's fun, it makes me happy to do that. And also making these YouTube videos, they provide me with comfort, they make me happy. Do something, whatever it is, whatever that hobby of yours is that makes you happy, do it. The fifth thing I would say is, if you're of age, don't drink so much. Because drinking and alcohol, well, it's a depressant. And obviously if you're feeling a little bit homesick, the last thing you want to do is reach for a beer, because that's just going to make you feel more homesick. In short, this idea of get over it, suck it up, that's not good. And that probably might be the modern stigma, but again, if you just suppress your feelings of homesickness, it's gonna bottle up inside you, and God knows what's gonna happen. So feel free to share it. Feel free to share it with the people in your lives, and you might find out some stories of homesickness that they have too. That's all I got for you guys today. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care.